Courage, our favourite at $4. I Want to Rock and Roll at $4.40. Dropping class for Yappa's Courage, but he'll need an even tempo to help his cause as they start to move up now. And it'll be a start in the back straight, 22.30. A lot of these will struggle over a hard 22.30. See what develops. And this is race 5. Tab, make a date with Play Pace. I Want to Rock and Roll right up on the mobile. Take the option of either leading or taking a sit. Away in racing, and showing the most speed was Benoit. Position 2 is going to get across and find the front. I Want to Rock and Roll will sit behind it. PIPPO NIEN is left facing the breeze as they make their way around the bend, but now it's going to get cover because out wide coming across was a good night to sit outside the leader. So PIPPO NIEN is one out, one back. Then he turned behind those. EMELIA on fire, got off from the inside in front of Yappa's Courage. Back behind those in second last placing was Gaita. And TWOBOBJACK is at the tail end of the field with the last 4 or 5 racing one off. They come into the front straight, and out in front it's Benoit and Danielle looking for another winner. Able to rate the leader if she likes. He's not over racing. He's on a firm rein. He can get a little bit fierce sometimes. Outside the leader, a good night is shading it. It may not help the cause of Benoit. On the inside, I Want to Rock and Roll. PIPPO NIEN, one out, one back, but just inclined to lay in on that bend, and the speed is starting to pick up slightly now. EMELIA on fire is following the 1-1. Yappa's Courage is on her back. Back on the inside, taking the shortcut home now was TWOBOBJACK, and Gaita is at the tail end of the field. Lead time is 46.4, pretty comfortable. Benoit in front. Danny Hill going for 4. If she can get this one, she's going to have a big day today. In second placing on the outside, facing the breeze, is a good night. 30.7 that first quarter of the final mile. One out, one back was PIPPO NIEN. He had a good look over the shoulder there, Wayne Hill, just to assess where the others are. On the inside, I Want to Rock and Roll is good for the sprint lane. TWOBOBJACK, 3 back the inside. EMELIA on fire, then behind those Yappa's Courage, and Gaita is at the tail end of the field. They've got the siren. Well rated Benoit, leads by a neck, maybe a head. Now here comes a move from the tail. EMELIA on fire, and now Yappa's Courage is going to get a good card up into the race here. PIPPO NIEN again inclined to lay in, now between runners. Didn't like that. It's in the 1-1. I Want to Rock and Roll. She travels well on the leader's back. TWOBOBJACK, 3 back the inside, and at the tail end of the field was Gaita, who travels okay. Tightly bunched down the back. 30.3 the second section. 61 for the half, and Benoit in front by a long neck. On the outside, a good night. EMELIA on fire, 3 wide, continues to press forward. Yappa's Courage is right on its back, but being tickled up, but is still going okay and ready to come 4 wide. I Want to Rock and Roll is going to go for the sprint lane. No run for PIPPO NIEN. Here comes Yappa's Courage with his run now. He's starting to sprint quickly. He's coming at Benoit. I Want to Rock and Roll is going to try and go for the sprint lane option. Behind those gliders trying to run on. Off the track, Yappa's Courage went quickly, took the lead, 29.4. Off and gone he goes, a drop in class, and he's going to win easily, Yappa's Courage. Second on the inside will be I Want to Rock and Roll. Third, Benoit, just in front of a good night. Behind those, EMELIA on fire. Then TWOBOBJACK, PIPPO NIEN, and Gaita was at the tail end of the field.